What's up guys, it's Alex Dayum. So today's video, I'm gonna do a full day of eating. So I'm gonna show you all the meals that I eat today and how I prepare them. And also I'm gonna run through how I put them in MyFitnessPal, what I enter in. And what that's gonna help me do is track the calories and specifically the macronutrients for the foods that I'm eating today. So the amount of protein, carbs, and fats that I need to hit. And yeah, basically I use MyFitnessPal and just enter all my food in there. And that's gonna tell you how many calories you're consuming and all that. And it makes it a lot easier. And it just helps me stay on top of my nutrition to make sure I'm getting the amount of nutrients that are required for me to actually achieve my goals. And my goals at the moment is shredding, so I'm trying to burn body fat. So right now I'm actually doing a mini cut. I think I started about a week ago. What I'm doing is eating 3,000 calories a day, and that for me is a low enough amount of calories in order to create a caloric deficit, which means I'm gonna be able to burn fat. So I would say my maintenance is around 3,300. If I'm training really hard, maybe about 3,500. So 3,000 calories is a good enough deficit for me at the moment to drop some body fat, but eventually my metabolism is gonna get used to that and I'm gonna have to drop my calories even lower in order to burn more fat. But as of right now, since I just came off a big bulk, 3,000 calories is a low enough amount for me to drop body fat, which is what I want. But soon I'm gonna have to drop it to maybe 2,800 or 2,700. But let's get started with today's full day of eating. I'll just quickly tell you what are my actual macronutrient goals for the day. I'm just gonna read them off MyFitnessPal because you can just enter it in there. So I wanna hit about 185 grams of protein. I want to hit around 300 grams of carbs and about 115 grams of fat. If I hit anywhere in between, I'll hit almost that exactly, but it'll be very close if I don't hit it. If you miss it by 2 or 3 grams or maybe 5 grams, it's really not going to make that much of a difference. As long as you hit roughly around those numbers, very close, that's the main goal. The first thing that I'm going to say for any sort of full day of eating, it's really important in terms of tracking your food, is going to be a food scale. So make sure you get yourself a food scale. It's not that expensive, it's not that hard to buy. Just go out of your way, buy a food scale. It's going to help you measure and track all your food. It's very important if you want to track your nutrition. And if you want to get guaranteed results from your workouts or just in terms of burning fat or building muscle, you need to track your nutrition. It's very important and you should do it. So it's a pretty late start to the day for my first meal. It's about 1:14 p.m. The reason why I'm having my first meal so late in the day is I usually like to fast in the morning. What I mean by that is I just push my breakfast a little bit later. I won't have my first meal of the day at 10 a.m. Unless I really have to, I'm gonna be outside the house. If I'm gonna be at home, might as well push my breakfast a little bit later. What the fasting is gonna help me do, it's sort of like intermittent fasting. I'm not doing it because I'm gonna burn more fat. That's not really true. The reason why I'm doing it is because if I start eating later on in the day, then that means I'm probably not gonna get as hungry later on in the day because my meals are gonna be closer together. There's gonna be less time in between each meal and therefore I'm not gonna get as hungry. And for me, it's not that hard to start eating a little bit later on in the day because I usually drink something in the morning, maybe a fat burner or just an amino energy, something that has some caffeine. It gets me nice and wide and helps me stay focused throughout the day. And just push, it suppresses my appetite a little bit as well. So that's why I like having to drink something in the morning. Obviously that's 0 calories with a little bit of caffeine. Could be coffee as well if you like coffee. And yeah, so I usually eat my first meal of the day a little bit later in the day, but that's only when I'm shredding. So I usually like to have my first meal around 12 or 1. Usually 12, I push it a little bit later because I had some guests over at the house, so yeah. And if you're wondering when I'm bulking, I usually like to start eating a little bit earlier in the day because usually I'm eating around 3,700 to 4,000 calories. So I need to start eating ASAP so that I don't, so I have a little bit more time for my food to digest and stuff before my workouts. But when I'm shredding, I like to push it a little bit later. But sometimes if I'm really hungry, I'll just eat at 11, it's fine, doesn't really matter. Alright, so for the first meal of the day, we're gonna make bacon and eggs with some cheese. So I've got the shortcut bacon here. It's an all natural one. The reason why I choose this one is this has 8.6 grams of protein and 3.5 grams of fat. So this is a high protein, low carb and this is a high protein, low fat and zero carb bacon. So that's why it's really good. So it's like a really good source of protein, and it tastes really, really fucking good as well. So if you're gonna buy bacon, try find one that's high protein, low carb, and try find one that's high protein, low fat, and it's gonna have zero carbs anyways, because most bacon has zero carbs. And then I've got this light cheese, shredded because we're trying to get shredded. Come on, you know what I mean? That's what you gotta do now. But I get the light cheese because this has 7.8 grams of protein and 3.8 grams of fat per serve, and like zero carbs as well. Did I say that right? High carb, high protein, low fat. That's why I choose this one. So again, if you're gonna buy cheese and use it for this, try for one that's high protein, low fat. And then just got egg whites. This is just pure protein. This is literally liquid protein. You just drink this, it's just fucking protein, which is why it's awesome. And eggs and cheese taste pretty nice, especially this whole sort of thing. So I'm gonna start making this now for the first meal. And a little tip that I'm gonna give you now is try to do a high protein and a high fat breakfast, because if it's high protein and high fat, usually it's gonna be more filling. And also if you're tracking your macronutrients, if you have high protein and high fat breakfast, like your first meal, then that means you're saving your carbs for a bit later on in the day. And I actually train later on in the day throughout about nighttime, around like 7, 8. So I want to consume my carbs closer to my workout, because that way I'll have more energy for my workouts, I'll be stronger and be able to just lift heavier and have a better session in general. But if you don't train later on in the day, it doesn't matter too much. It's just a little bit of a tip. What I'm going to do is 4 pieces of bacon. I'm going to weigh it out just to make sure I'm more accurate. You can do as much bacon as you want, doesn't really matter, but 4 fits in my pan nicely. If I do 5, it doesn't fit that good, so I'm not gonna do 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 103 grams, so. Alright, so gonna cook it on the pan. So at the moment, I've only got some butter spray. I'd recommend you use like just coconut spray or like olive oil or something. But this is all I've got at the moment, so this will do. Alright, so just gonna put the bacon on the pan and cook it. Just gonna put some salt and pepper on top. Salt's really good for the sodium, get a good pump, and pepper just make it taste nicer. So you're just gonna let that cook for a bit and then flip it and then put salt and pepper again. So while the bacon is cooking, I recommend you go and weigh out your cheese and your egg whites. So I'm gonna put 2 servings of cheese, which is 50 grams. Wow, I just zeroed it out accidentally. That was a fail. Okay. There we go, that's 50 grams. So that's the cheese we're gonna use. I'm gonna do 4 servings of egg whites, which is 252 grams. Wow, I hit that perfectly. I'm not sure if you can see that. So yeah, put the egg whites on. And then soon after, I recommend you put the cheese on. And use the same pan because it's going to taste a lot better because of the grease and stuff from the bacon. So yeah. Alright guys, so here is the final product. 4 pieces of bacon with the eggs and cheese. For some reason, whenever I do these full day of eatings, I can never make my food look aesthetically pleasing. I always fuck it up or burn it or just, I don't know. I'm gonna put up a photo of what it's actually meant to look like when it looks nice. And yeah, so I'll give you the macros for this meal. So it's actually 400 calories exactly, 62 grams of protein, 6 grams of carbs, and 15 grams of fat. So it's like a really high protein breakfast. I like to get my protein nice and early in the day because protein is really important. That's the thing that I'm trying to hit always. And then, so I sort of try to take care of my protein, and then I try to because getting in carbs and fats is very easy. So I try to always hit my protein. And yeah, you can have that with like some sauce and stuff. I might put a bit of tomato sauce on the cheese, the eggs, and yeah, I'm gonna enjoy this now because I'm fucking starving. It's like 1:30, it's my first meal of the day. Alright, time to enjoy meal one. I'm just gonna listen to some music while I'm eating this because I can't watch YouTube videos at the moment because I ran out of my data. So I'm just gonna listen to some music and enjoy this food. Alright, meal one is done. I will see you for meal two. Alright, so it's about 2 p.m. I'm gonna make my second meal now, shortly after I ate that bacon and eggs because it was so low in calories. I'm not even that full. I'm hungry again. So I'm gonna make some cereal and just have it with some milk. Cereal is my favorite source of carbs because it tastes so good and it's literally just like pure carbs, so I love it. And who doesn't like eating cereal? Cereal is amazing. So I'm gonna put 3 servings of the Cocoa Pops Chex, which is 90 grams. And I'm gonna put 1.5 servings, like 1.5 cups of milk. You can use like almond milk if you want, which is a lower calorie option and lactose free, or you can even make like a protein shake and then use that as well if you want higher protein. But I'm actually gonna drink my protein later on in the day. I'm just gonna do it with milk because it tastes the best. Alright, here is the second meal. I'm absolutely gonna polish that. Probably my favorite meal of the day. Alright, so it's about 3:30 now. I'm gonna make some more food. All I've really been doing is just been watching some Dragon Ball Z because I don't have any internet, and I actually have like a CD that I bought ages ago. It's like a full season, so I've just been watching that, enjoying that. Dragon Ball Z is fucking sick. So yeah, give this video a thumbs up if you like Dragon Ball Z. So I'm gonna make these kebabs. It's just like in the wrapping here. So I'm just gonna scan that on MyFitnessPal, and that's gonna tell me, you know, the calories and the proteins and carbs. So yeah, just scan it in. There's 5 sticks in here, so 23 grams of carbs, 25 grams of fat, and 73 grams of protein. So the main reason I'm eating these is that it's obviously like chicken, and it's high protein. It's a little bit higher in carb and higher in fat than a normal like lean chicken, but this tastes fucking sick, which is the reason why I'm eating this. And let me just quickly talk about this. You know, eating chicken and rice is not the only way to get shredded. Chicken and rice is just a form of protein and carbs. That's all it really is. If you have 2 different types of foods and you equate for calories and macronutrients, so they have, for example, like this sort of chicken versus like some chicken and rice. Yeah, just basically chicken and rice is not the only way to get shredded, guys. That's the main point that I'm trying to get across. The main thing is you need to be tracking your calories, and you need to be more specific with the nutrients that you're consuming, so the protein, carbs, and fats, and also getting in micronutrients is very important as well, which is why I'm gonna be eating some fruit later. So yeah, it's just the sticks in this packet here, and I'm just gonna cook them in over there. So yeah, don't think that you have to eat chicken and rice all day, every day, 5 meals a day. It's really not the only way you can get shredded. And don't fall into that trap, because I used to think like that as well, but it's not true at all. Just make sure you're tracking your calories and your macronutrients, so your protein, carbs, and fats. And if you want to eat chicken and rice, that's fine, but I've eaten it 500 times at least in my life, and I'm over it. So if I don't want to eat it, I'm not going to eat it. If I do feel like eating it, then I will eat it. But right now, I feel like eating these fucking kebabs. So I'm just going to cook them on this grill, and I'm going to put some baking paper on top. And check this out, guys. My mom made like these donuts and coated them with sugar, but I'm not going to eat them today because I can't actually track them because, you know, I didn't watch her put the ingredients and stuff. So I'm just gonna let this sit and grill in here for about maybe 15 to 20 minutes. I'll flip them or something, and yeah, that'll be done. Nice and easy. Alright guys, so while we're waiting for the kebabs to cook, I'm bored, so I wanted to quickly show you. I actually went beach yesterday, and yes, I'm pretty fat right now. Don't judge me. Yeah, as you can see, I went beach yesterday. Look how fucking burnt I got. I've got like a mad singlet tan. And this is just the front, and the front really is not that bad. Now check out my back. I'm pretty sure you can see how fucking burnt I am on my back there. It's pretty bad. And yeah, I am extremely sunburned right now, so I gotta put on heaps of like aloe vera and stuff to make sure that this stuff is nice and moisturized so that hopefully it turns into tan. But yeah, I'm bored as fuck, so I wanted to show you that anyways. Alright, so as you can see, the kebabs are done. These are like some honey soy barbecue ones. They're gonna be nice. I might put sauce on top, we'll see, might not need it. But yeah, I'm gonna eat these now, and then probably in about 15-20 minutes, I'm gonna make some noodles, which is most likely gonna be my pre-workout meal. But yeah, because this is not gonna fill me up completely, and I need to get in my food before I head to the gym tonight. Alright guys, so it's about 6:25 p.m. So this is gonna be my last meal before the gym. So it's gonna be like my pre-workout meal. So for this meal, I just want it to be pretty much all just pure carbs, just very, very high carbs, so that I have more energy for my training session. So I'm gonna make two packets of this oatmeal. Yeah, 2 packets of the oatmeal because it tastes really nice and just high carbs. And then I'm gonna have some fruit as well. So I've got some grapes, some strawberries, and some plums. So what I'm gonna do is weigh everything out in terms of the fruit and try and get about 300 calories worth of fruit. And that's all just gonna be carbs. And fruit's obviously really good because it's nice and healthy for you because there's heaps of micronutrients in there. And obviously the macronutrient in fruit is going to be carbs. So yeah, just a really high carb meal, and that's going to be perfect for pre-workout. Okay, so for the oats, I'm going to do 1 apple cinnamon and 1 strawberry because they're just attached together, so it makes it nice and easy. And I'm just going to put a little bit of almond milk just to make the texture a bit thicker and just make it a bit more milkier, and it'll taste a little bit better that way. So just a bit of almond milk. And some boiling water. You want the liquid to be about the same level as the oats, and that's going to give you a nice texture. And just put it in the microwave for like 3 to 4 minutes at a lower heat so it cooks nice and slowly. And keep stirring it in between, and that will give you a really nice texture. I'm gonna put it in for 3 minutes and see, hopefully, if that's enough. And see if that's enough, and if it's not enough, then I'll put it in for an extra minute, and yeah, just keep stirring it in between. Maybe stir it every 1 to 2 minutes. Alright, so that is the pre-workout meal. I've got some strawberries there, some plums, some oatmeal, and a little bit of sugar-free maple syrup. So yeah, I'm just gonna put a little bit of sugar-free maple syrup just to make it taste nicer. So yeah, just a little bit, not too much, because it's already flavored from the packaging, and actually the flavor is really nice, and I don't want the maple syrup to overpower the taste of the packaging. Like the apple cinnamon and the strawberry together will taste awesome. And yeah, so I've got half a pack of the strawberries here. I just cut off the top. So that's about 125 grams. I've got 100 grams of grapes. And then I've got about 5 plums here, which was like 234 grams. So yeah, this is an awesome pre-workout meal, mainly because it's pretty much pure carbs. And carbs are like your energy source for the gym. And also this stuff is not too heavy. Like it's gonna feel nice and light in my stomach. So I'm not gonna feel sick or anything at the gym, hopefully. I need to hurry up and eat it now because I'm gonna go to the gym in about an hour though. But yeah, that's why I like this as a pre-workout meal. This is not what I eat every day before the gym, but this is just what I'm eating today for the full day of eating. So the thing with my diet is I never eat the exact same thing every single day. It's always something different. Keeps it nice and interesting, and eating the same thing every day, I used to do that a long time ago, and I did that for way too long, and all that does is make you feel very restricted, and it also gets very, very boring very, very fast, and it also restricts you from being able to eat different sorts of foods, and just it makes your lifestyle restricted as well, because you can only eat this food and you have to eat at this certain time. So anything that's going to get in the way of that is not allowed, which is not a good way to live your life. It's not a healthy or flexible lifestyle, which is not good, which is why I do If It Fits Your Macros, which is why I do the If It Fits Your Macros diet, where I just track all my calories and all my macros every day. And yeah, just eat different foods every day, and it's awesome, and it's made dieting a lot more enjoyable. And dieting should be enjoyable, except when you're on, like, maybe if you're doing a competition and you're in peak week and you're eating like 1,000 calories a day, that's a little bit of a different story. But if we're talking about a lifestyle and dieting for a long term, just tracking your food and stuff, If It Fits Your Macros is a great way to go about it. So I'm gonna smash this meal down quickly and then head to the gym in about an hour or two. What? Fuck you looking at?
You? So
fucking pretty. So tan, bro. What the fuck?
Your hair's so gross, but
it is, yeah.
it's weird haircuts.
I'm gonna need a haircut for supremacy, so it's shit.
Yeah, but what's on your hair now?
I didn't put any product in it.
Bro, do you want to check on my laptop?
Wait, one sec. Alright, so it's almost like 9 o'clock. I've already had my pre-workout coffee. Gonna head to the gym. Just do a little bit of a deload workout because I'm deloading this week. So I'm just gonna do squat, bench, and deadlift for 3 sets of 3. And I'm only gonna do about 70% of my 1 rep max. It's just sort of like a way to let my central nervous system and muscles recover, and my joints. And yeah, it's pretty much like active recovery basically. It's like, instead of taking a week off from the gym completely and not going at all, it's like doing like an active rest week, which is pretty good. And then I'm gonna do some cardio after because I'm shredding, and then I'll see you guys after for my last meal of the day. Like that at night time. Alright guys, so it's like 11:15 p.m. I just got home from the gym, had a pretty late session. So I did a deload workout. So I did 3 sets of 3 for squat, bench, and deadlift, and I did 60% of my 1 rep max for that. And then I did 30 minutes of cardio, and my preferred choice of cardio is to walk on the treadmill on the incline for about 30 minutes. I just listen to music, and yeah, it's really enjoyable, and that's the sort of cardio that I like to do. And now I'm gonna have my post-workout meal, so I'm gonna make these noodles. So this is basically just like heaps of carbs, and when you're post-workout, you're actually insulin sensitive. So what that means is the carbohydrates, if you consume while you're insulin sensitive, they're gonna be more likely to be converted and stored as glycogen. And glycogen is like carbohydrates that are converted and stored into your muscles. So yeah, the carbs are gonna be stored as glycogen in your muscles, and that's gonna keep you full. And it's also like an energy source for your training session. So the ideal goal is getting all the carbs that you consume to be converted into glycogen. And yeah, so that's a really good thing about eating carbs post-workout. And yeah, so I'm just gonna quickly make these noodles. I'm not gonna show you that. Just hot water, put it in for like 2-3 minutes, boil it, and they'll be done. So the calories for the noodles is 650 and 81.4 grams of carbs, 26.6 grams of fat, and 13.6 grams of protein. Fucking love noodles, and I got the beef flavor. Actually, first time trying it. Hopefully I'm gonna like it, because I bought chicken and prawn last time and I didn't like that. It didn't taste that great. Hopefully this is fucking good. Alright, so I forgot to take these earlier in the day, and while the noodles is cooking, I might as well show you this. So I'm gonna take 5 fish oil capsules. I recommend these because they're 2,000 milligrams. Some that you'll find will either be 1,000 or 1,500. If you can find more than 2,000, then go for that. The higher milligrams it is, it means you have to take less capsules. But these are 2,000 milligrams, so I take 5 of these because on the back it says you need to take 5 for joint health, and that's what I want. And so that's 10,000 milligrams of fish oil every day. And then I take just 1 glucosamine tablet, again for joint health mainly. And then I'm gonna take 3 of these multivitamin. So if that will focus. This is the one that I take. So it's like a men's one. Is it? Yeah, it's a men's multivitamin one. But the difference is this is like a little gummy, as you can see. Yeah, they're like little gummies. So, yeah, as you can see that. They're better than the multivitamins with the hard casing, like the hard tablet like this. Like is not that good because it's not as bioavailable. So the hard casing is preventing you from getting all the nutrients. Your body actually can't absorb all the nutrients. So finding it in like a gummy like this, or even a fish oil capsule, I'm talking about multivitamins, is gonna be better than the hard capsule, so yeah, I recommend that. And yeah, I'm just gonna take all of that. So I just take 3 at once. The other 3. And then I just chew on these multivitamins because they're like lollies pretty much, and they taste really nice. So yeah. And there's no sugar, no calories either. They're like multivitamins, but like, they're like little lollies. It's so fucking sick. Like they taste better, and they're more bioavailable, so you're actually getting a better product, so it's pretty fucking sweet. And yeah, I'll show you the noodles when they're done. Alright, so noodles are cooked right there, as you can see. I'm gonna go upstairs and smash them because I'm fucking starving. And I'm also gonna finish off some of the fruit because I didn't finish it before my workout. And yeah, let's go and eat these fucking noodles. Alright guys, so just in my room, last thing I'm gonna eat is this chocolate brownie Quest bar. So this has got 190 calories, 20 grams of protein, 7 grams of fat, and 6 grams of carbs, and there's also 15 grams of fiber in there, which is awesome because fiber is actually very important for your data. Fiber is actually very important for your diet, not your data. You got to make sure you hit your fiber target every single day, around 30. I think it's recommended about 30 to 35 grams. I'm pretty sure I try to hit that about that number every single day. And yeah, so I'm gonna eat this Quest bar while watching Dragon Ball Z, as you can see there. That's the DVD. It's like the whole Cell game season. I'm on like the 3rd disc. Yeah, it's so fucking epic. I absolutely fucking love Dragon Ball Z. Naruto and Dragon Ball Z are my favorite animes by far. They're so fucking sick. So yeah, I'm just gonna watch this and chill out and then head to sleep. Alright, so I'm just gonna give you guys the final macros for today. Just reading it here off my fitness pal. So 197 grams of protein, 299 grams of carbs, and 97 grams of fat. And I calculated that just by multiplying the protein by 4, the carbs by 4, and the fat by 9. And that'll give you the total calories, which is 2,850. I could eat maybe like 50 calories or more, maybe 150 more, but I'm not going to. If you're dieting and you're, let's say, within 200 calories of your total target, just leave it at that. It's not necessary for me to go and find something that's 100 calories or 150 calories just to hit 3,000 exactly. There's really no point in doing that. I'd rather just leave it at this, and yeah, if anything, it'll create a little bit more of a deficit, which means more body fat is going to be burnt. So that is going to be the end of the video. I just want to thank you for watching. If you enjoyed it, make sure you give it a thumbs up. Subscribe to my channel if you want to see more. And always remember to keep the pump.